Here, the message is here.
From our Father dear, loud and clear.
The J vaccine at work.
Avoiding rash decisions. John chapter 18, verse 10. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Rash means ill-advised and hasty action. Recently, I hiked up a mountain trail that I used to take regularly with two close friends during my high school years. At one point, there's a side trail that goes off to the base of some tall cliffs. One day back in the 1970s, the three of us took that trail and reached the bottom of the cliffs in the mid to late afternoon. We had no gear for cliff climbing, but one of my friends impulsively said, "Let's climb these cliffs." I immediately and firmly refused, saying that we were not prepared, not experienced, and that the sun was going to be setting soon. My two friends rashly decided to go for it, with no helmets, no ropes, nothing. They couldn't even see where the cliffs went. They assumed that the ridge trail was at the top of the cliff. They were wrong. Off they went, higher and higher to a height of what I estimate to be 125 feet, with me watching them straight up from the bottom. Then they shouted down to me that they were stuck. They couldn't come down and they couldn't go up. Miraculously, as my friend was clinging on to some bush, some hikers along the ridge trail heard him and had some rope. They tied the rope along a big tree and threw it over the edge. My friends were able to climb to the rope to safety. Here we are, nearly 50 years later, and both my friends have recently retired. One had a successful career in finance. The other had a successful career in television. They both had wives and families, and it is very possible that my friends could have died that fateful afternoon. For what? The thrill of risk-taking? Like Peter in today's passage, I've made several rash decisions myself, and I've lived to regret them. I'm sure that you have too. The moral of today's story is not to be rash at work or anywhere. In a split second, you can make rash decisions with detrimental and even deadly consequences. Instead, pray for and listen to wisdom when she speaks. No matter how much peer pressure is directed at you, do not follow the herd literally and figuratively off the cliff. Now, before we go, let us consider these three questions below. First, in your workplace, what are some common rash decisions that can lead to serious consequences? Second, how could you help yourself to overcome the temptation to engage in risky behavior and make rash decisions? Third, how could we learn to listen to the leading of the Holy Spirit in our Christian life so that we could make wise decisions in critical moments?
The program is proudly presented by Global Reach Out. We welcome you to share our live enriching webcasts with family and friends through our website, global-reachout.org. Let's reach out to bless more lives together.